Okay, gonna play some Iron Falcon RPG today. It's my first time running the system. Looks like a pretty cool one. Kind of based on original D&D. It's another Chris Connerman game, the same creator of Basic Fantasy RPG, which I enjoy quite thoroughly. We're going to be running through the Iron Falcon Adventures Volume 1. A couple of the modules kind of stuck together as one. In particular, the Abandoned Tower is what we're going to start with. And before I guess I'll read the introduction, then let the characters introduce themselves. So, the old abandoned tower has stood on the hill overlooking the river for longer than anyone remembers. There's not much left of the tower itself, but according to old stories and rumors, there might be a dungeon underneath it or beyond it. Some say a treasure lies buried there, but others say that it's only monsters inside. And so basically the adventurers, we'll say they're a freshly formed group, probably haven't done anything together, just kind of met in a tavern and, overhearing some drunken rumors being spouted by some locals, decided to band together and, perhaps try to find some treasure. So I'll go ahead and let the players introduce themselves, starting with my left with Alan.
I'll be playing Elora Lorelei, the Elven Thief. He's 120 years old, decked out in leather. He's got his bow and his sword. And he's ready to search for some traps.
Very nice. And Andrew, who are you playing?
I am playing Blake, but you can call him the Skull Knight. You see, it wasn't easy to make this armor, my friends, indeed not. Taking the desecrated corpses of my enemies to the smith was the easy part, but finding a quality wet fabric at a reasonable price, that was tribulation. You see, I met a man named Amwan Fantine who sold me this fine ruby suit, but now he's dead, choked to death on an apple. So see, I alone possess such a suit of heirloom armor, and I alone am worthy of the title of the Skull Knight.
Yes, and that is the Skull Knight. Excited to see what he has in store. And next we have Clay. Clay, who are you playing?
Oh, I am playing Thuggery Golden Beard of the Silver Spike. Buff dwarf, full-plated. Loves to swing his axe. Not too bright, not too dumb. Well, he thinks he's not dumb. An Adonis of dwarven kind.
Excellent. And last but not least, Micah.
I can't top that. I'm playing the dwarf Kugriak Barbjaw, a female dwarf, cleric apprentice because she can't cast spells yet. She follows the nameless god, because after drinking and all that stuff, nobody remembers the name of her god, which is actually a god of breweries and beers, so the name doesn't matter. She's wearing plate armor, carrying a shield, and a huge morning star. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah.
How luxurious is her beard?
It can rival with the beards of other dwarfs, of course. Yeah.
How big is she, like weight-wise? Is this like a fat dwarf?
No, it's because she's pretty young. She's not fat. No.
Sounds excellent. And okay, so basically, yeah. So you followed the river there. You found the hill with the tower on top, and you're all standing there at the base of it, the base of the hill, looking at the tower. It's not much more than just the shell of probably what once was a much nicer, greater tower. And you can see kind of in the entryway there, you see that there's rubble and brush, but it's been cleared away, and you can see a staircase. Looks like it's descending down into darkness. And that's where I'll leave you.
With the haunting visage of this location now plainly in front of us, the Skull Knight will swath his arm out in a mighty motion and say, "Gentlemen and ladies, it appears as if we are here once at last, once at last, once at last. So, before we go in, there is something we must discuss. Sharing of all treasure, payment, and other endeavor. I suggest it be equal cut straight down the middle.
I'll lean over to the others while he's talking and whisper, huh? What did he say?
I think he said he wants you guys to give me your share of the loot.
No way!
No, that is quite a mistaken, Alair, my fine elven thief. I only wish to have my fair share.
I think that's all right. He scratches himself, lets out a little gas. As long as we can kill things, you can have some gold. Yes?
I am amenable to splitting equally.
I just nod.
Well then, looks like the team is ready. Who will lead down into the dark dungeon?
I volunteer you.
Well, I am with magnificent armor. Watch and learn. And he'll pull his sword out and start goose-stepping slowly down towards the entrance to the tower.
Very nice. And yeah, so it's just they kind of the way it works is it goes down about 5 feet under, and it's kind of the base level of this tower, and you go down, and as you reach the bottom, you can look to your left, and about 10 feet away from you see a door. Aside from that, it is there's no light. It's very dark.
Does the door appear to be made of wood, stone?
It is wooden.
Good wood, bad wood?
It is pretty bad wood, actually. So far, no good wood.
And the mechanism for opening it, we talking a handle? Is it just like a push deal?
It's a handle.
Well, it seems we are already in need of your expert services, Aware.
And the lair will step up, and he pulls out a long, thin piece of a long, thin piercing arrow, and he'll use that to try and pick the lock. First, he'll try the door to see if it's even locked.
The door is not locked.
Then he'll fiddle with it for a good 5 minutes, pretending that it's locked before unlocking it, and then with like a slight bow, he'll open the door and hold it, outstretch his arm, and say, "The way is free."
My eyes will quickly dart to the rest of the party's hands. Is there anybody that doesn't require both of their hands to like travel? Because I'm looking at them for a torch.
I'm carrying a shield and the morning star, so no
Oh.
torch.
Well, he sees that morning star and gets very alarmed. And what, pray tell, is that?
This can hurt a lot. She swings it around.
Methods are amazingly destructive, even against the bone. And he looks down at his armor, which he's clearly fashioned from taking bones from stuff that he's killed.
Every time he speaks, she seems to be very concentrated and is narrowing her eyes, like really giving 100% in listening, but apparently she doesn't get all of it all the time. So, and
Look,
she just nods. Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna catch on to that and like think maybe you're deft, because he's like, he's never dealt with a dwarf before. He doesn't know if you're like slow. So he's gonna start, I said, my armor is made out of bone. And when I kill things,
Yeah, I won't hit you.
Well, very good. But what I was saying is it would be nice if some of the stuff we kill could be salvaged. And he's still saying it like really slowly and just looking at you looking
Salvage?
slow.
I will take care not to damage your bones.
And he'll nod a little bit, like you can't tell if he really believes you or not. But very good. And he'll turn and he'll look at the other dwarf, to see what's in his hands.
He's got a large battle axe that he's gripping in both hands, and he's staring at you. And you don't know if he's constipated or he's upset that you're treating his companion dwarf as an idiot. And he's just too dumb to realize what you're saying, but he's just staring at you. Yes?
Shh. It sees you're holding it with two hands. Okay. And he'll turn and look at Alaire. Does Alaire have both of his hands full?
Yeah, he'll have when he's not. He doesn't really want to be in melee too much if he can help it. He's got a bow and an arrow knocked, and he notices that you're looking around, and he'll point at his own eyes and point at the dwarves because he assumes the dwarves also can see in the dark, and says, "Perhaps you should carry the torch, human."
He'll turn his head to a bit of the side. Excuse me? I am only 1/2 of a human.
Oh, by the nameless one, what are we waiting for here? And she pokes her elbow into her dwarven companion. Come on, let's have a look. I'm smelling treasure.
Oh.
And she storms for the door.
Thuggery is still staring at the boned one, and he doesn't know if he was insulting you, and he's just staring at him, kind of gripping the handle of his axe as if he's twisting a neck of a chicken. After you.
It's highly irregular that we're not going to light a torch, but if we're going in that dark, well, I guess we might as well go. And he'll walk with this sword and the shield out.
Okay, and who opens the door?
I guess I do.
Okay, sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, so you open the door, no problem. It is not locked. But as you do so, whenever the door is open, there's a dim light in this 30 by 20 room. But towards the back of it, however, you see 6 monstrous little man-like creatures with pointed ears and sharp pointed noses, pointing sharp pointed spears at you. And they do not look very pleasant.
I close the door.
You can do so.
I turn around to the others, or particularly into the direction of our paladin, and say, again, what am I supposed to not hit? The skulls or the bones? It's all the bones.
The skull is by far the most valuable of the bones. I know this. I've worked with an undertaker.
And she takes a moment to process what he's saying, and then she turns around again and opens the door again. Let's do this.
Okay, and yeah, you do so, and it looks like the goblins are just a bit closer, but they're still just holding their spears out. But we will roll initiative, which is just a d6 for each side, and then the higher side goes first.
I rolled. I've got a 6.
Oh, okay. Nice. They got a 5. So yes, your side can act first in whatever order you wish.
Well done. I think if you're right up there, Mika.
Yeah, I'll storm into the room. Yeah, I'll go forward. The first one I can see with my maul. So how did I do that here? What's the attack roll? D20?
Yeah, d20.
Oh, that's Thaco shit. Okay.
Yeah, so there's like a 2-hit chart.
Okay, so a 6 won't do any good, I think.
No, I don't believe so. No.
Oh no. No. That's real low.
And okay, so yeah, you do miss. Who is next?
I guess I'll go. I'll knock an arrow and shoot above the dwarf's head, trying to get one of these guys right in the eye. And yeah, that's gonna miss.
Okay.
Or I hit an AC 15 apparently. I rolled a 4.
Okay, wait. Let me see. I'm kind of backwards retarded with this. All right. So you rolled a 4.
It'll be a super miss, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a miss. Yeah. Okay, cool. So who is next?
Well, with range away, I don't think Blake will wait for the other dwarf. I'll just sprint down the hallway, and I sound like comically, I sound like a suit of animated armor, just clunk, 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 and you can see I'm like really freaking clumsy. Like I have no dexterity, and I'll just ball into there like a dragon with a hemorrhoid and swing at the closest one. And I hit. Oh shit! I hit AC 10.
Oh,
this is a poor showing, guys.
Yeah, so you do miss. I think we have one more character.
Thuggery will go. Seeing the pompous half elf, he'll chuckle to himself. This should be fun, and he'll barrel in and roll the 13. So it looks like it's armor class 6.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 4 points of damage.
Okay, and you see one of the 6 goblins drop dead. If you want to describe that.
Yeah, he buries it. He'll shoulder bump the half elf. Get out of my way! And he'll take the elf that was right in front of him and then just clobber him in the skull with his battle axe. That's how you do it.
No, that was the most valuable part. And you can see he's just like fucking falling apart at the seams, seeing the skull explode.
He laughs. Thuggery laughs when he hears that.
Very nice. And I guess it will be their turn. So there are 5 of them left. Let's see. First one, we'll say attacks. Goes for Thuggery there, the nearest one to Thuggery. Rolls a 10, so that's going to be a miss. 2 of them, let's see. We'll go for Blake, and that one's off the table. So a 6 and an 18. I think the 18 will probably hit.
Yeah, 18 hits.
Okay, so for 2 points of damage.
Oh no! The blow, the hit, the wind, and the final, and you will see like
What?
like reel into the wall and like drop down to a knee and like drop his shield like covered in blood.
God damn it! One more will go for Thuggery and miss, and the last one is gonna rush up for. Let's see. How's about, I'm going to say it wrong, Korgriak, the dwarf?
Korgriak. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are you saying it so I don't butcher it?
Korgriak.
Okay, cool. So this one rolled a 1, so it clearly misses. All right, so back to your guys' turn.
Do we roll again? No, we don't, right?
Nah. Just keep going. Same order.
Okay. I guess I go first. I can't help our great paladin, but can I try to get him out of the room?
Yeah, definitely.
To secure him.
No, dwarf, stay away from me! And you see him like flailing his hand out.
So roll opposed, maybe strength checks. See if you can manhandle
Oh
him
hell
out of
yeah!
He's also weak too. On top of having bad.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh my
So-
god! All right, let's see if I get a 1, but I doubt I'm going to. I got an 11.
Okay, so if somehow this weak little manling half elf, breaks your grip there.
Go get it! And I like try to like swim over it. All men have is wiggly. You'll take away my wiggly. And he's like screaming as it's dragging him back tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Guess that's my turn then.
Okay, so yeah, someone else can go.
I'm
That
gonna
fails.
try and move silently while they're creating all this commotion and sneak up behind one of these dudes and just straight stab them
Yeah,
through
go
the
for it.
heart.
See if you can sneak.
That'll be a 96 on the percentile. So am I going for the top half or the lower?
Oh yeah, no, that'll succeed. Yeah. No, you want to go for the lower, sorry. Right?
So I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I fail. I think I'm moving silently, but apparently I'm like stepping on twigs all left and right, and I'm doing the. Have you guys watched The Babes in Toyland? I'm doing the evil villain pussyfoot walk.
No.
With my hands all out like Mr. Burns, and on my tippy toes, and doing this. This. I think I'm being sneaky, but apparently I'm not.
Yes.
But I roll a 19 to hit, so I'll actually hit somebody, and it'll be up to you whether or not I get sneak damage on my dagger.
We'll say you don't get the sneak damage, but you'll definitely hit with the 19.
Then I will do 2 points of damage as I pussyfoot up to this guy and just stick my knife right into him.
Okay, and we'll say that was the runt of the group, so that does drop him. So you can describe that.
I just stab him and push him to the ground as his life expires before me. And
Very
then
nice.
if I still have any movement left, I try and move back out of the general melee.
Yeah, you can do
Otherwise, I
that.
just
We'll
I
see.
move back out of the general melee.
Cool.
I guess it's Thuggery's turn. He'll actually step in the melee with the others, bellowing out, "Look at my beard!" And he'll smack a guy if he can. I rolled an 11, which looks like it's 8.
No, they have AC of 6, so that will miss. And
On my turn, I will
Yeah.
yell at the dwarf. Stop! I grow weary of your wood! Stop and put me down! I have a blow!
She probably steps to the side.
And how long does it take to string a bow in this, Marcus?
I'll say just this turn, then you can shoot it next turn.
So yeah, she like leans me up against the wall, and I'm now covered in shit. My armor's like got dirt and stuff all over it. I'll pull like out from behind me, strapped to my back like a bow staff, and start stringing it. And as I'm doing so, I took this from my mom 13 before he died. They started to give you like a fucking history lesson to the person that just saved them.
Huh?
Perfect. And as you're spewing this history lesson, they're going to attack. Let's see, one more will attack. So we're down to 1, 2, 3. So we're down to 4 of them. So one more is going to attack Blake and miss. We're going to have, let's see, 1 engaged with Thuggery. Also a miss. I'll lay it right now. It's 1 on, I'm going to say it wrong again, Korgriak.
Sounds good.
And 1 more on you as well. Okay, all misses. So back to your turn.
The dwarf, bullshit. The half elf doesn't listen, so she shrugs and turns around again and runs up to the melee and tries again to smash someone's skull. That would hit 4. I rolled a 15.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's weird. That's a strange system. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it is weird. Right? But yeah, 15. Yeah.
That's 4 damage.
Okay, so it's not enough to bring down one of the ones engaging you, but it's basically on its last string, we'll say.
Okay.
Barely holding on. And who's next?
Is there still one standing?
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, including the largest. You would assume is the leader.
I'll try the pussyfoot. Sneak up to him again and give him try and give a backstab.
Okay.
That time it will be under 35% on the
Yes.
sneak.
So we'll say you get real quiet.
But I only roll an 8 to attack, which puts me at on this thing it says
It's an 11, yeah, so that'll miss. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I sneak up to him, try and stab him, but I failed to do so. And then I'll stay engaged in melee this time.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess Thuggery will act. He'll push his way towards more of the enemies, even kind of ignoring the one that's next to him, and swing. 15.
Yeah, 15 will hit.
And he does 4 damage.
Okay, and you're going after the one with Thuggery there, or yeah, that's enough to bring down, I guess, the one next to you.
Sweet. Yeah, he just claws him in the gut.
Very nice.
Guess that leaves Blake. Blake will move his hand masterfully into his quiver and withdraw from it a long blackened arrow with a bone head and a crimson red thrill. And as he skillfully places it onto the arrow string, his hands will shake and he will aim down the way, periodically looking with his eye at his target site and seeing the back of his own comrade and then the foe, the back of his own comrade and then the foe, being very undexterous and knowing that the chances of him hitting what he's going to shoot are very slim. But he'll grate his teeth. Somewhere in the toil of hell, Armand 13, watch as I skillfully wield your weapon. And he'll shoot. He hits an AC 15.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
I mean, he got a 4 on the dice because of my mistake. So it's like literally an AC
yeah.
15.
Okay, yeah. So no, he misses. Yeah, pretty poorly.
Do you have to roll something to see if you like hit a comrade and if you fire into melee?
Let me see. Okay, you did not, but I'm gonna check the roll. I did roll for it, but yeah, I'll triple check the roll in a minute. So your arrow does whiz past, we'll say, the dwarf cleric, slamming the wall behind. And I think that it's the enemy's turn now. So let's see, we have just 3 of them left somehow. All right, the biggest one is going to go for Wake with 5 on the dice. Okay, then we got let's see, 1 on the cleric dwarf. Damn, another 5.
Let me get this right. The big one fucking runs over to me while I'm sitting and just try to coo me.
Basically, yeah. Taking out the weakest link. All right. And then we got 1 more is going to attack Thuggery. At 12 on the dice. I don't think that'll hit though. And back to you guys.
I scream when this monster just comes over and starts wailing at me. Kugelwhack! The hounds of hell have been weak. I need your aid.
Huh? She turns around. What?
You see me just like laying on the ground, like trying to roll as this thing's just like fucking towering over me, like stabbing down with a spear.
Oh, hell! I run over, swinging shield and Morning Star wildly to defend her personal half-elf. Oh, a 20. That's good. I hit -1.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do some damage.
Oh.
Sorry, I was muted there.
And 7 damage.
Okay, yeah, and that will take down. Which one were you hitting?
The one who was going for the paladin, for Blake.
Okay, cool. So it'll fuck him up, but it's not going to bring him down. But you can see that he's like clutching at his side. His blood is like spewing.
No. I'm not hitting his side. I'm turning my shield from the outside to the inside and swing both of my arms like shield and Morning Star to try to crash his skull, you know?
Okay, gotcha. Yes, well, that will absolutely crush his skull in just a bit, but not enough to bring him down.
And the heart of Blake.
Perfect. Yeah, so the largest one looks really wounded. And who is next?
How many are still up?
3, although 2 of them look like they're clinging on to dear life.
And one of them's directly in front of me, so I'll try and dag him with my dagger.
Cool.
But I roll a 6, so that's definitely a miss.
Yeah.
So I'm just like stabbing everywhere except at this foe.
Very nice.
And hearing Blake screaming out, I guess I'm just too distracted, half looking over my shoulder to see the scene that's going on with him, and just stabbing wildly.
Very nice. And who's next?
Thuggery will let Blake go.
Or Blake, yeah.
So Blake, seeing the traumatic blow to the skull, no, you're wounding it, and he'll drop the bow and pull the sword from his belt. Does drawing in the same turn confer a penalty?
No, I'm not gonna say so.
All right, I'm gonna slowly, like, as he's like swaying back and forth, I'll try to aim my blow to get organs without like hitting the rib cage or like the pelvis or the hips.
No bones.
No bones. I'm trying to preserve the bones. So I don't know if you want to like give me a minus to that.
We'll see. If you hit it, we'll see what happens.
All right, here we go. Nope, that's a miss.
Damn. And we'll see you might even slice a bone.
I need a position of a surgeon, and I'll stab, and it'll just go wide and like clunk his hip, and I can see like marrow spark off the edge of the blade.
Thuggery will try to pop that guy from behind, from Blake, missing him greatly. Says, "Damn it, half elf! You've ruined my shot."
Very nice. And their turn. The goblin leader is going to try to swipe back at the dwarf cleric. Maybe not. And then one more going for the elf lair with a 17 to hit. I think that'll hit him.
Handily, very, very
nice.
easily.
So it's going to jab at you with its spear for 2 damage. And then the last one's going to go for Thuggery. It's engaged with him. And that one rolls a 19 to hit. So a spear attack for 2 damage. And then it's you guys' turn.
I want to finish that one in front of me. or in front of Blake. Let's see. And no. Blake, keep still and stop talking. You're confusing that goblin.
Goblin, somewhere down in the deepest pits of the weight of hell, there was a dragon missing. And he's just like going crazy, just mortified.
The goblin is frantically or kind of nervously laughing a bit, trying to maintain his posture as a leader, but it's not going to hold up much longer. And who would like to act next?
Well, Hilaire lets out a scream as he took that to him a massive hit, and he's bleeding profusely from this little goblin stab. And he's gonna try and kill this guy in front of him. And he rolls a 17 to hit.
Yeah, you can describe killing it. It has 1 HP left.
He just reaches forward and quickly with a slash slits its throat and steps back. And from there, he'll move to a corner of this 30-foot room that has the least amount of people in it, clutching on his side as he kind of limps over there, bleeding and doing the painful each step he takes, letting out like a little hiss of pain, and pull out his bow. And then
Nice. Okay, who's next? Blake or Thuggery?
Thuggery will let Blake go again. You ruined my shot. Just go.
The big one's still above me. He's like on his last legs, but still standing.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I will. At this point, I'm afraid I might die, so I'm just gonna wildly swing at him. I have no time for the bone anymore. Gosh darn it! I rolled a 4. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I wildly swing and I say, because I see Elaine take that nasty hit, and start like dropping blood, and I say, "You have shed elven blood, which is sacred. Well, you've shed blood and half elven blood. You have shed blood and a half of elven blood." And I just like wildly chop at the leg, and I miss and probably almost hit Thuggery.
Very nice.
Thuggery will look at that. Look at the enemy. He'll take a swing. 19.
Oh yeah.
And he does 3 points of damage.
Sweet. Which one was that at?
The one that Blake was trying to fight. I'm trying to steal all his kills, so.
Oh, perfect.
Did you hit the skull?
You can describe
I kill
killing.
it.
Yeah, you kill it, so you can describe how you where you hit it and stuff.
Yeah, he'll take a massive swing, bringing the axe behind him, like his body arching back, and he's going to bury the axe in the forehead, and it gets all the way down, probably to the septum, right to his hips, and then it gets stuck, and then he starts to fight for it for a while. Damn it! I knew this was going to happen.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very nice. And the last goblin is going to basically drop his spear and take off running towards. There's a door. So if you guys are kind of near the entrance to where you came in, it's like, let's say, 30 feet across the room to the far right corner, which would be the southeast corner of the room, basically. And it's going to take off to that. So if anyone wants to try to hit, you absolutely can.
Oh hell, yeah. So I can change to my sling without penalty, right?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick up my bow.
Nice.
You can go, Andrew. I'm looking for my D4.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab it off the ground and like sling another one of Almon's 13 bone arrows and say, "You will not escape!" And I hit an AC 9.
What did you roll? God, I'm still so backwards with this.
It's hit AC 9. I rolled an 11, but I have a
Oh,
minus
right.
attack bonus.
No,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, definitely.
So it goes. So it doesn't hit, right, in business.
Correct.
Yeah. So it goes wild and like strikes into the wall.
Okay,
Perfect.
let's see. I rolled an 11. This
Hit
is so
AC 8.
confusing. Yeah, 8. So that doesn't hit, right?
Correct.
A shortcut for this is you just take the number 19 and then subtract your roll from it. That's what you hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
true.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, okay.
Very cool. Okay, yeah, so you do miss. And I believe there are 2 of you left. If you want to take free attacks on this guy, or try to attack this fleeing goblin.
Thuggery, I'll just let him go. Warn your friends.
Alan, you could shoot.
I will shoot him in the back of the head, hopefully.
Yes.
I roll an 11, which hits an
Yeah.
8.
Doesn't hit. Damn it.
So
Okay, so
blood leaking on my hand. I guess it's just got the fletchings wet, and the arrow goes in like a. It doesn't fly straight. It just does this spiraling curveball looking thing and hits the wall.
excellent. So, let's see. So this goblin's going to get through the door in the far corner and just going to disappear through there and scurry off. And so you're out of combat. You're in this room, basically. Not much in it. There's like a pile of cards with like crudely drawn icons on them and some dice and a couple silver pieces, kind of in the let's say the northeastern corner. So a far top left from where you're facing. Aside from that, just dead goblins and lots of blood.
I take out a handkerchief with some beer mugs on it and try to dust off our half-elven companion like a mother hen. Oh, look what you've got here, and oh, that doesn't look nice.
Thank you, Kugawak. You are too kind. How much you help me up?
Yes, she does. She extends a hand.
I think we are in over our heads.
Thuggery will come over and just spit on the wound. It'll take care of it. Here, let me give you some.
Stay away from me, you stone gremlin! And I'll circle around like behind Kagarat, trying to use her as a human shield.
He looks kind of offended, kind of like that puppy that's been beaten. Spits into his hand and starts rubbing into his chest wound. Guess you don't want to be healed. Then he starts to walk away.
He doesn't understand our ways. And I walk over to that pile of silver. Is that right?
Yeah, there's about 20 silver pieces just kind of scattered about, some dice and playing cards.
I take all of it.
What do you have there, Kabawak? That looks like some kind of game.
Oh, only 10 silver pieces.
No, the dice, are they bone dice?
Are they?
Yeah, we'll say they're bone dice. Why not?
You can have one. I pick one up and throw it over to him.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll grab it and say, well, what if, Kabawak, I roll this dice and you roll your dice, and in the event that my number is higher, I get your dice. In the event that your dice is higher, I will give you my share of the silver.
And she takes another moment to process what he's saying and then nods cautiously because she's actually not sure what he said still. I roll my dice? Question mark?
Yep, so y'all both roll, I guess, a d6.
Okay. A 2.
I got a 5, yes!
Oh, I shoot over my dice.
Well, well, well. And I'll grab the dice out of the air. Looks like it's my lucky day.
Lucky day. I look around. I can, as a dwarf, I can see secret doors and all that shit without rolling, if I understood it right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There are no secret doors in this room, just the one in the far corner there.
Great.
Where the goblin ran through. Let's see. Okay, sweet. All right, so what do y'all want to do?
I point at the door, at the other one where the goblin fled out of the room, and say, "That way or out again?"
Let's continue.
Well, my hasty friend, perhaps retainers are in order? Don't you think? We have made it roughly 10 feet into this dungeon, and 3 of us are already walking on that door.
Containers? I've got a backpack. We can put everything in here.
He like pinches the bridge of his nose and like turns and looks up at the ceiling. What I said was retainers.
He looks over to the others.
I think the goblin hit him in the mouth. For a moment there, he spoke more cleanly, but I can't understand.
Retainer? You've never heard of a retainer? They carry torches. They kill stuff with swords.
Oh, one of your kind. Yes, go ahead and carry a torch. We're going this way, and he'll make his way towards the door we're going through.
I swear to nameless God, this is the last time I recruit people at a blah. And he'll walk behind you.
Okay.
Bad.
So you guys want to go through this other door?
Follow you.
It is shut, but it can easily be opened. It's not locked. Okay, that'll be fun. So you open the door, and you are looking at just this kind of large room, just a little bit bigger than the one you're in now. Same basic shape, kind of rectangular. It's littered with bits and scraps of cloth and leather all over the place. Everything looks rotten. There's 2 doors in the far corner, one on each side. The one on the right, some kind of writing scrawled all over it. And you hear a noise coming from the one behind the left one. Something like footsteps approaching.
Duggery's going to bellow out, "They're coming! They're coming! Let's kill them!" And he'll charge towards the left where the noise is coming from.
I'm right behind him.
I'm going to attempt to hide in the shadows while they're screaming and yelling at these guys to be unseen by whoever's sneaking up. Oh, so close, but I'm not very sneaky.
Okay. All right, cool. And so what are the rest of y'all doing? Just yelling at the door?
I run after my dwarven companion.
Mm-hmm.
Duggery's going to run the door, open it, and charge at whatever's making the noise. If the door is locked, then he's going to start attacking the door.
The door is not locked. But yeah, you can swing it open, and you see. Let's see what it was. You see 2 giant beetles. There's these really big beetles kind of scurrying towards you, about 10 feet away. And let's see, roll initiative again, as these big beetles are heading towards you.
By the nameless God, maybe it's time for some retainers.
Why do I even try?
Thuggery will say, "We don't need more of his kind. Attack!" And he charges one of the beetles when it's his turn.
Oh, we first have to roll, or shall I roll for us?
Go ahead.
Okay. No shit, a 6 again.
Okay, and they have a 3, so you act first again on your side.
I guess since Thuggery charged in, he'll go if nobody minds. I rolled a 14.
Let me see what their AC is. Yeah, that'll hit him. No, it won't hit him. You need. They have an AC of 4, so it's for y'all's reference.
Okay.
So you need a 15. Who would like to go next?
Alan said he wants to shoot boys.
Shoot boys?
Yeah, he was a typo. He wants to shoot his bow. But he said he wanted to shoot boys.
Well, he can absolutely shoot some boys.
Because he's AFK, sorry.
In the tavern. Okay. Yeah, so I'll roll for him, I suppose. Let's see. D20 to hit as he shoots an arrow off of one of these beetles. Hey, rolls a 1. So the arrow doesn't even fly more than, let's say, 1.5 feet before it just kind of like arcs down into the ground.
Boop. Okay. Then I'll go for the first one with my maul. Oh, man. I rolled a 6, so that probably doesn't hit. No.
Okay, and Boik.
Being somewhat knowledgeable of the equivalent of the bone in the insect type of creature, Blake is heavily aware that the carapace is very durable, so he will not even try to speculate on whether or not his bow and arrow can pierce it. Instead, he will walk over to the other door with the writing on the wall, and he will read it aloud.
Yes, and being a paladin and a man of intense faith, we'll say, you could understand it. Actually, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 12.
Okay, so doing fuck it. Yeah, you'll be able to see. It says, "Beware the unquiet dead."
Beware of the unquieted dread! And I will yell it like a proclamation.
And it booms in the room, and no other effects happen.
What's it written in, by the way?
Just like a, let's see what it says. Just some kind of ancient language, but for whatever reason, we'll say you know it.
It's what's a cool sounding name? Nick Tuin, or Vraten, that's what it'll be.
There we go.
And they'll say, Kerouac, you will not believe this. This text is written in ancient Valatin.
What? Who's rotten? She turns around as she's just slamming her maul into nothing, into the air. What?
Oh, I forgot you are a dwarf. Elaine, this door is written in the text of Valatin. And I'll declaim it to the elf.
Yeah, Wayne.
And I think that was everyone on your side. So the it's kind of a narrow. Well, no, I stepped out. Okay, so one's gonna go for thuggery, and miss. The next one is. Let's see who it goes for. Go for the Korak. I'm saying it wrong again. Koriak. It hits Koriak. 16.
Oh no.
I mean, maybe that hits. It's a 16 on the dice.
I have AC 2.
Oh, that actually not hit. So let's see. What did I say I rolled? 16? These are 17. So yeah, it's not going to hit you.
Cool.
You got lucky. Yeah. So your turn again.
You go first, Tuggery. Or maybe not. I go. 19. That looks good. And 7 damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can describe how you smash one of these, probably the larger of the giant beetles.
Oh, cool. Do they have do they have heads? Yeah, they have. Oh, yeah. She crushes its mandibles and face area just because. And that ichor, that green ichor or whatever is in it, splashes all around us.
Make a save.
I killed one.
Just kidding. Very nice. And yeah, it's
Absolutely.
smashed.
Common bobble with them.
And there is still one remaining. Not quite as large as this one, though.
Thuggery. I guess he'll go. Blake. He'll wait for Blake to go.
I'll see like you keep looking over your shoulder at me while I'm staying at the door. What is it you want, dwarf?
I thought you were a hero, some kind of fancy pants. Why don't you attack this one?
Hero, yes. Do I look like the Orkin man? Do I look like I kill Intellect? And he just like sits there staring at you.
He looks back and she's dumbfounded. He doesn't know if you insulted him or not. His intelligence isn't high enough to pierce your great words of.
My
Listen,
tower
we're gonna
again, 12.
and attack the bug. He'll miss.
I think he said, I only kill in slacks.
Oh, what is wrong with you people?
I don't know if Alan's back. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm
should
back.
roll again.
What are
Sorry.
What are we fighting?
Oh, yeah, so you're fighting what were 2 giant beetles, now just 1 more.
Well, with surprise at seeing some nasty giant beetles, I'll take a shot. And I hit an AC of 8, so probably not.
You're correct. You do miss.
Now, how big are these beetles?
Varying between 2 and 3.5 feet, but the 3.5 foot one is now felled. So you got like a 2-foot beetle.
And he's undamaged?
Correct.
And how intelligent is he? What am I looking at? Or what I think here for intelligence? Like less intelligent than human, maybe like as intelligent as a dog or something?
Probably as intelligent as like an inbred Chihuahua.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not even gonna speculate if I could communicate with this thing. I'm just going to go back to the door. How did this open?
Did you want to try to open the door?
Not yet. I just want to see the mechanism for it.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, just another wooden door with a handle. Nothing peculiar.
I'd like to use my turn then just to use luck to inspect it for traps if I can see anything around the frame.
Okay, let's see. No, you wouldn't see anything. There's nothing dangerous looking about it, I suppose.
Okay, so that's it for me.
Okay, sweet. And was that everybody? Or did somebody? Did I miss somebody? Okay,
Your
cool.
turn.
This last
I'm
one.
being real finicky today.
Oh, it's all good. So the last one is going to go for Thuggery. Yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna count that one. It kind of got fucked up by the cable. All right, so yeah, it misses. Very cool. And back to y'all's turn.
Okay, I'll maul it. Maybe. I rolled a 12, so I would hit a 7.
You do not hit.
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
Thuggery will go. Rolled a. I miss. Back at him.
Okay. And Blake or Alaire?
There, take a shot again. Looking at his dwindling quiver. And fire away. This time hitting at a AC of 0.
Yeah, I think that's good. Sounds good.
And he will do, or I rolled a 19, so.
Yeah, right.
And I rolled max damage at 6, so this arrow just sinks to its quiver in some kind of like, I don't think it would pierce the exoskeleton, but maybe in like one of the joints of where one of its legs or mandibles is. It just go all the way through.
Oh, it just so happens to perhaps pierce a very vital organ, and it is dead. You can describe that.
And it twitches a little bit as it starts to collapse, probably takes 1 or 2 steps forward, kind of in a woozy way, and then it just collapses with a chitinous clang.
Very nice. And with that, you are out of combat.
So
Tear off. Sorry, go ahead.
no. So you go ahead.
I tear off one of those mandibles, and of the smaller one because the bigger one is crashed. And I walk over to Blake and hold it up like a gift.
Oh well, let us see what we have here. And he'll take it and start to turn it over. Yes, hairline fractured, mostly intact. All in all, not a bad find. Thank you. Seems you are learning very quickly, my little friend.
Uh-huh.
Tell
You're
you-
welcome.
Tell you what, I'll do you one better than gratitude. And he leans forward and squints at you. Consider it a light apprenticeship. And he turns and will point at the text on the door and say, "This, my little friend, is Volata, an ancient language used by the dead kings. Perhaps I could teach it to you if you bring me more bones."
Will do.
And you'll see him look very impressed at the bargain. And he'll turn and put his finger up underneath the text on the door without touching it and reread it again out loud as he traces what the words mean.
Yep, and it would say again, beware the unquiet dead.
Do you translate it actually, or just read it like it's?
I read it in Varadin and it sounds like Quitu Vawada Niktu.
Does he spit?
Oh yeah, this guy's a
Oh,
total
geez.
mouth breather. Like there is saliva hidden in this door.
And probably some getting on you, dwarf cleric.
Yeah, she squints with every word he says and nods. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, more bones.
But
Done.
not just more bones. This is a treasure trove. Bones animated in death, without flesh, without organs, without bodily fluid, perfectly preserved, as if divinely blessed by the embalm of infinite fluid. And you can see on his face, he's getting really, really fired up.
Yeah, tissue trove. I understand. And she takes a few steps back.
Oh,
Or
dwarf. Oh, dwarf.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is when we go in here, if you show a little bit of restraint, I will pay you for those bones.
Pay.
Yep. He flies by.
But now she actually listens and nods again. Bones for payment? Done.
Pleasure.
Open that door.
Pleasure. Oh, Owain, which is still not even his right name. He'll point at the door. We have a quarter.
And Alaire, would you like to respond to his list?
Oh, he was talking to me.
Yes.
I would just sort of look at the half breed with kind of like slanty eyes as I'm recovering whatever I can from the 2 arrows that I spent in this room, and I would nod and walk over towards the corridor, take a look down there, and see what I could see.
I notice the way you look at me, Elaine.
Yes, Blake. I look at you like the half-breed scum you are, and I act a little bit haughty and elven.
Oh, I've known your kind my entire life. Walking around in the street, being spit upon by humans and elf alike. Well, I'll tell you, Elaine. I did not ask for this, Elaine. My mother was raped by a horrible human whaler. And he smacks the wall with his plate gauntlet.
And I'll nod as you say this, and it doesn't change my opinion of you very much.
Well, I see how it's going to be once again. The mighty Skull Knight boiled down to a simple half-breed.
Perhaps in this tower you can prove yourself to be more than just your blood. But as of right now, you almost got killed by a goblin. Not too impressive. Wince with my own wound from the same goblin.
Goblins can wield weapons just as well as any man. I've seen it. I've felt it. And his hand goes down to his bloody scar.
And sorry.
I'll just sniff with disdain.
I shove. What's your name, Alan? Sorry.
Hilaire.
Hilaire, sorry. I shove Hilaire like cautiously over to the door. Maybe just have a look at that lock. Maybe he stops talking.
And I'll take her hint and take a look at the lock. Does the lock appear locked?
No, you can inspect it, but you would see that it's not locked. Just kind of a mundane handle. And this is the door on the right side of the room, which is the west wall. There's also one on the southern, which is opened by the beetles, or by Thuggery, which had the beetles. But the door,
look busy.
Yeah, the door with the writing is not locked.
Then I will pull out that long, thin arrow that I obviously don't use to shoot, and again take another like 2 minutes or so pretending that the door's locked before I make my own little click noise and say, "There you go, it's unlocked now."
Very nice. And you'd be looking at a 10-foot alcove going down, and after that, it opens up into a 20 by 20 square little room. And from the doorway in the alcove, without going further, you can see a pile of bones that's topped by 2 human skulls in the far right-hand corner of that room. It's otherwise empty. There's plenty of dust all over the floor. There's cobwebs on the walls and the ceilings, and that is what you're looking at. It is dark in there as well, so I guess the only light would be coming from the room you're in, and yeah.
Don't get too excited now, Blake. She holds up her hands. Don't overreact. There are bones inside of there.
Oh, I see it plain as day. Cranium Homo sapien, the skull of man. And he'll start like walking in towards the pile.
I'll kind of give him an elbow and say, "I bet your skull looks like that."
My skull looks half elf.
I follow cautiously with my shield and weapon.
Very nice. So as you get close to the pile of skeleton bones there, Blake, the bone pile begins to rattle. And then it gets louder and louder. And within moments, it rises up into the form of two complete skeletons. And they're kind of like, adjusting the skulls on their heads. And they start to kind of stretch their arms out towards you and walk kind of slowly.
Back up, Blake. That's not for you.
He'll expeditiously retreat here, like heel after heel with his shield out in front of him. Twom's! Twom's!
Very nice. So you want to retreat out the room, or do you want to just draw your weapons and perhaps engage them?
I want to charge them.
We're gonna fight him.
Perfect. So roll initiative. Okay, you're on a 5.
Who wants to roll for us?
I will. We are on a 6.
Very nice. So you go again first. Very nice. So you can describe what you would like to do.
I'm going to retreat back and stand next to Blake and not do anything, thinking that my arrows won't have much effect on a skeleton.
Okay.
I run into the fray. Let's see. I rolled a 13, so I would hit a 6.
Yeah, that does hit.
Really? Oh, okay. 7 damage.
Oh yeah, you
Again.
destroy the shorter one, so you can describe that.
Oh. Yeah, I probably can't do anything without smashing bones, so I go for the rib cage and just smash it to pieces.
Very nice. And as you do so, perhaps the rib cage meeting the mace sounds almost like a weird xylophone as it just crumples and bones go all over the place.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, Thuggery or Blake.
Blake will attack. He'll attack the remaining skeleton.
Okay.
Oh yes, it actually hits. He hits an AC 1.
Nice.
Okay. This is a new experience for Blake.
Oh God.
Oh nice. Yeah, I got 8 damage.
Oh, you absolutely pulverize it.
And it's almost like watching an engineer do a small controlled explosion to collapse a building. Like instead of coming in like recklessly, I just hit him like at the small little spot at the bottom of the vertebrae, and it dislocates the top half from him from the lower half, and he just falls lifeless, almost completely intact.
Very nice. And with that, you're out of combat, and you have one pile of pretty destroyed skeletal remains, and this one is more intact for sure.
I gather up everything I can, which still looks intact, of course, and put it in a pouch and give it over to Blake. How much do I get for that?
How much is still intact, Marcus?
Maybe the half? Smash the ribcage?
We'll say 25% of the skeleton.
Oh.
Is the skull intact?
Partially, but it's let's say it has a bit of a crack in the jaw.
Oh, you...
Imperfection. So sad, too. You can tell by the high cheekbones that this man hailed from the far stone wall in the east. I've seen this structure before. Rare indeed.
Yeah. How much?
I will not buy a quack skull from you. You must do better. However, and he'll point down at at a couple of the ribs that even though you busted the cage up, there's still there's links of them that are unbroke. These are nice, maybe. I could use these.
So?
I could for all of the whips. I could give you 1 gold piece, dwarf.
Done.
Pleasure doing business. And he'll take the gold piece out of his pouch and drop it in your hand.
Oh, perfect. She puts it into hers.
And I'll go over and start to remove the untarnished skull from my skeleton. As I do so, I say, "Pity, Willie, that Armand Satim died eating that apple. I could have him make another suit of armor. But then again, if there was a second suit, then I would not be the Skull Knight, would I?"
I'm not sure if he has any friends aside from us, she says to Thuggery.
My elven ears picking that up. I'll snort and laugh and say, I'm not even sure who we count.
And he's whistling as he like removes the bones.
So what else is here in the room aside from the pile, which is now a pile again?
Right, yeah, just some piles now of inanimate bones, indefinitely. Cobwebs, dust, but being that you're all, I believe, non-human, you have kind of a sense that there might be a hidden door. So everyone roll a d6 to search for a hidden something.
I have a 1. You have to get high, right?
No, low. I think because you are a dwarf, it's like a 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
then
humans,
I
dwarves,
pass.
and halflings have a 1 to 2, and elves are 1 to 4.
I see nothing. Well, it was the human part of me that looked. That was the problem.
Ah, of course.
Nope.
In a layer 1 through 4, and you will also notice something.
I do not notice. I roll a 5.
Okay,
I'm too busy watching and listening to everyone and still clutching at my wound.
Very nice. Well, Corverac, you would notice that in the top, let's say, well, from the entryway, the top right wall looks like it could be pushed in.
Mm-hmm. Can I reach it, or is it too high up?
No. Just you can go push on the wall there if you would like.
Oh, okay.
It's like the northern northwest corner.
And I'll lean against the wall and try to push it in.
Oh yes, and it will just kind of push forward and open up. You would probably stumble a bit, but you're in like a small little 10 by 10 room, and you would see a chest, but it's completely smashed open. But there are coins littering the floor all over the place.
Oh, the nameless grants us his treasure. And I run over. How much is it?
Well, sadly, you would, upon actually gathering up the coins, it's just 300 copper pieces. It looks like whoever was here before you had probably gathered the nicer coins and treasures.
You can't carry that much, right? That's.
Yeah, I think it would weigh you.
Yeah, I share it now, so everyone gets. I don't know. Math.
So that'd be like 20 silver pieces, basically. So 2 gold total.
You said 300 copper.
200.
Yeah, so 70.
Yeah.
Oh,
or,
200.
no, 300. I did say 300. Okay.
So
good.
75 apiece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 75 copper a piece. Yeah, so it'd be like 3 gold is what it would be worth as a whole.
I counted out to everyone. That's for you, and that's for you, even for you, Blake.
Thought he was taking his treasure in bone.
No, but I'm willing to buy blown.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We can do that. Bones don't count.
And his eyes will like dart over to Elaine. Elaine, do you have a problem with a fair split?
Of course not, but I do have a problem if you're taking a split of this and you're profiting from the bone. I want my cut of bone too.
We can split the bone. We can split the bone 25%. However, don't rely on my expert testimony to tell you what's valuable.
Oh, I think I'll just break all my bones. Anyways.
That's fair.
and he'll kind of like lower his eye or squint his eyes a little towards at you and then start laughing.
Well, well, well. Look at us here, just a bunch of friends. And he like squints. Now, where was the other hall?
Yes, so if you go back through the alcove into the room where you just fought the beetles, you would find a door to your right immediately as you exit this alcove that is open because the beetles, or y'all had opened it to fight the beetles, and that has about a 20-foot hallway heading south before it hits another door.
Step over the beetles and walk down the hallway.
Weapon.
Very nice, and yeah, so you're at another mundane wooden door with a pretty typical handle.
Another door! I shout back.
Lair walks up to it, and again, he first checks it to see if it's locked. If it's unlocked, he'll spend a minute pretending to unlock it to hopefully make himself look more useful.
This one is actually locked, so you could try to open it.
I will try to open it.
So you have a 15% chance. Yeah.
I failed to unlock it, and instead, I just reel back and say, it's time for the dwarven key, and kick the door open.
Very nice.
And I roll a 1 on that, so I am...
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It blasts open. Yeah,
Now, can you in this, Marcus, like I know in basic D&D, if your level 1 is the thief, you can use just the normal 1d6 to pick a lock instead of the percent?
I don't think so. I can check, but I'm pretty sure it's just the percentile. Let me see.
Because I think anybody can attempt to pick a lock at 1 out of 6, unless this is different than basic.
Let me see. Blah. Yeah, on the thief chart, it just has the 15%, but let me see what the adventure in the section. This one's blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it barely gives an advantage, to be honest, but it is slight.
Yeah. Let's see. So opening by force. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about locked doors. Yeah, I think other characters can't pick locks. I think they just have to basically bash it. But unless I'm missing something.
I think it's the same in basic fantasy, right? You can't open the doors
Something.
Well,
as a non-thief.
in basic D&D, it's a 1/6.
Right.
No, but I meant basic fantasy, and that's by the same author, so maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's a 1/6 in basic fantasy too.
Yeah, it is. But this one's not saying, it just says basically chance of a character opening a door by force is strength chart, so 1d6, blah blah. If the door's harder, use a different dice. But see, it doesn't have anything about. The only thing I see about locked doors is under the thief, like percentile chart, where it says open locks.
Yeah, that's the other thing I've seen. Although I did notice right there that I should be getting a +1 when I'm using my bow. Because slightly under that, it's got the elf stuff.
Okay, nice, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to say, like, basically, if you want to pick the lock, you got to be a thief. Is that normal, though? I mean, I've never played a system like that.
No, like it's 1 out of 6 in every OSR game I've ever
That's what I
played.
would think. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it necessarily is in this game, though. Like
I mean,
they don't
that's what I would
explicitly say
assume.
it.
Right. That's what I would always assume is that it's a 1d6, and it's generally how I play it, but run it. But yeah, I don't know why the thief would have an open lock 15%, and then everyone else have a 1 in 6.
It's like that actually too with other skills in basic, like climb sheer wall. You can
Yeah.
actually just do normal climb at 1/6,
Uh-huh.
and there's a couple other ones like that. But those do have extra stuff in them. Like climb
Sure.
sheer wall and hide in shadows lets you
Right.
attempt hiding and climbing stuff other people can't do.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this with the locked doors.
We can just go with like these can only do it. That's fine with me. I was just wondering out of curiosity because I haven't read all of the Iron Falcon.
Yeah. It's a weird one though. Yeah. I guess we'll just do that for now. Do the percentile for the thief, and yeah. That doesn't make sense if everyone else has 1 in 6. Okay, yeah. So we'll just say it's a thief with a % chance. Everyone else can try to force the door. If that works, that would be for the group consensus. That sounds fair.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Wait. Say it one more time. I'm sorry, I had the kid.
Yeah. So the thief will have a chance to unlock a locked door silently, of course, whereas everyone else has to roll a d6 to try to force it
Okay.
in a noisy fashion.
Well, either way, I failed to unlock it because I rolled significantly higher than 15%.
Sure.
And then I pull out my dwarven key and my dwarven lock picks, as I call them, and just pick the door open myself.
Very nice. Okay, so regardless, the door is opened. And you're looking at another 30 by 20 room. This time, it's kind of an empty room. There's a burnt out torch against the right-hand wall. There's a rivulet of water running down that same wall across the room and down some stairs that are ahead and to your left. But there's also a door set in the back of an alcove at the right end of the far wall. What would you like to do?
I'll look down the stairs. Does it end in a door as well?
No, the stairs just go down, and then to your left, like it hooks to the left, and it's just dark.
Okay. I point at the door expectantly.
I'll inspect it to see if it's locked.
And I'll guard the party.
So let's see. Okay, so you're walking that way, and let's see what happens. Okay, so as you're walking, you get about 5 feet from the door, and you trigger a trap.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. So make a save versus death ray, and with any dexterity bonus added to the die.
Am I going for under or over? Because I am over if as of right
Over.
now.
Yeah, you want to go over it. Yeah. Okay, so you manage to hop out the way, but the pit, like trap door, does open down to a pit that has some skeletal remains. There's a nice set of chain armor, it looks like, on the skeleton, as well as a pretty nice looking short sword. And there's a belt pouch that's busted open. You probably see some money scattered about. And that's it.
That was close.
Oh, too close. As I jump back and look down this bit, does that skeleton look animated with the chain armor and the short sword, or?
Nah, this one just looks rotting, kind of deceased adventurer, perhaps.
How deep is the pit?
10 feet.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I look to Alaire and say, maybe if you hold my feet and lower me down into the pit, we can get the money and the sword, maybe.
Or I could just climb down there. I'm pretty nimble. Tie a rope
Oh,
onto it
sure,
and drag
but
the whole thing back up.
yeah, okay.
But whatever you want, I don't mind. If you want me to hold, if you want me to hold your feet, and he'll look a little dubious at you because I imagine dwarfs are pretty dense. Like, how much do you think you weigh?
Asking a woman what her weight is. Elaine.
Yeah,
Well, she is wearing
almost as
all
bad
that
as
armor.
age. Yeah,
She's wearing all
true.
that armor.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I
Plate
can.
armor. Oh,
Yeah.
she actually says, I could hold you. Or you
And
climb down.
yeah, hold me, and I'll let you hold my ankles if I go down the pit.
And get some of those bones.
I tell you what, since Wake likes the bone so much, I'll try and bring the whole thing up. And rather than wait for her to hold my ankles, I'll just climb down with a successful climb wall check.
Very nice.
And
Yeah.
you said the pouch was scattered open?
Yeah, and there's 20 gold pieces and 5 platinum pieces. There's also a short sword +1 and a set of chainmail +1, and they're both in decent condition.
I'll gather up the coins into a better container than they were already in, and tie up use the rope I have in my backpack to tie onto the body. Then throw it up to the dwarf, and then successfully climb my way back up. And say, you can go ahead and pull the body up now. And I'll have the short sword in my hand as I come up.
Yeah, do so. Do I have to roll something? Is it heavy or
No, you
do
can
I
just
manage?
you
Okay.
can manage it. Yeah.
I look at the chain armor. Is it special? Does it look better than normal, or is it just
Yeah.
plain? Or
No, it's very nice. Yeah, it's a +1. It'll be a chainmail +1. So it'll be, I think, 4 AC. Will be its stats. Same with the short sword. It's very nice as well. Magical +1.
And while I'm waiting for her to pull this up, I'll put that pouch with the gold and platinum on the ground and lay the sword next to it and say, well, this is what I brought up. If you guys want to divvy it out. Blake, I see you already have a sword. Does anyone mind if I use this sword?
You're welcome.
I think you are entitled to it. You are the one who found it.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to assume anything as I'm belting on the sword.
No, I am more than fine with these bones. And he's like not even looking at the gold. He's just looking at the shitty bones.
And quite shitty they are. There's probably some like pieces of like rotten flesh and just kind of leathery skin still in some parts.
Ugh. I take out the bones from the armor and shove them over to Blake, and then I'll look at everyone. Does anyone have an upgrade with the chainmail, or doesn't that help? Maybe a lair? I don't know if you can wear that.
Does chainmail, would that not work very well with my move silently
Okay.
and
Yeah.
sneaky stuff, or
Probably would not help. Let me see.
yeah.
And the rest of us is wearing plate anyway, right?
Yeah, you can only wear leather.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
We can always sell it.
this is true.
Mm.
You all mind if we take like a 5-minute break and maybe get some coffee?
That's
Sure.
good.
Sounds
One
like a
second.
plan.
Get
All right,
some
that's
as
cool,
well.
man.
Be back in a couple minutes.
I'm loving Blake.
Do you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's all good. I'm still a little bit. Need a couple more minutes if that's cool.
No, that's good, man. I'm surprised we're all still alive, to be honest.
I know. I didn't realize how dangerous it was right off the bat. I don't know. Because it says just like whatchamacallit, like, you know, beginning adventure for beginner players and beginner characters, and I was like, all right, well, level 1 sounds good. But those goblins fuck you up.
How much damage could those goblins do? Like, what was max on the spear?
It was a 1d6, but then the goblin leader had a whatchamacallit, a d6 plus 1.
We got fucking lucky. We got lucky that, like, all of us didn't die.
I have poor luck when it comes to rolling in general, so that kind of worked out for you. Everyone's HP is pretty low, I think, yeah.
Because as far as I could tell, Iron Falcon doesn't do max HP like some OSR games does. It's like true and that you have to roll.
Right.
Yeah, I've been chilling at 1 HP since that fight.
That's good.
Yeah, me too, man.
We have to find some HP potions.
They exist in this game, so we'll see what happens.
If only we had an effective cleric.
Hey, don't worry, guys. I mean, when we survive this thing, we'll definitely not hit level 2. So you've got several more sessions of this to look forward to if you were to play before you could heal.
This is true.
Yeah, thanks. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, you guys would need to level up too if y'all would want to continue, of course. The next adventures are recommended levels 2 to 4 and like 4 to 6, I think. So
you might just have to like do a time jump and give us. I mean, we're not going to survive, I don't think. But if we did, this is pie in the sky.
I would have never thought that we would level up in your basic fantasy game, and we're already, I think, level 3.
Which game?
Yeah. In your basic fantasy game.
Yeah, y'all are. We're almost 4, I think.
Yeah, but that's deceptive to thinking that way because you've went through a lot of characters before you did that, Mika.
This is true. This is true. You went through, I think, 2 at least in the first.
4?
Yeah, you're in the 4th.
Some games she
5.
some games she went through more than one character in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
I don't know
Good
what level
old
Jack Johnson
times.
came in at, but I think that he just leveled up to 2.
Oh yes.
Does
I'm almost ready.
does Iron Falcon have listed under equipment thieves tools?
Yeah.
I think so.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't have them if it does.
Oh yeah.
Well, just we'll ignore that I said that.
Yeah, you should have him. I just didn't write him on the sheet. But yeah, we'll say you have thieves' tools. Definitely being a thief.
That's why I've just been saying that I'm using like a really thin arrow.
Well, you can continue using that if it works.
Maybe a bobby pin from your last girlfriend.
Ooh.
Who says my elf likes girls?
Oh,
So is that what this is with the half elf? This is sexual tension. I should have known. This always happens to boy.
Sure, we can make it that now. It was just classic elven haughtiness and racism to begin with.
I think Blake is the type of guy. He has so little interaction with any sentient being that if someone like brushed by him in the street, he would just like stop and shudder.
oh Jesus! The dwarven faction doesn't approve, I guess.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Perfect timing. Back inside as well.
My kid decided to wake up and start screaming. So
Nice.
yeah.
They do. Hold on. Just got a frickload of mail. Freaking ordered the, what is it? Thrawn trilogy Star Wars books. Never read them. So, picked those up. Quite excited.
Oh, those are great, man.
That's what I've heard. In fact, I haven't read any expanded universe stuff in years, so I was like, yeah, might as well try those out.
Man, when you guys start or don't stop telling me about that shit, I will play that. I will start playing it as well, probably.
Yeah, I need to find some Star Wars to play in soon too. It's been quite a while since I've played. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and continue. Everyone's back. So
So we pack up the chainmail, or did anyone want to claim it?
I don't believe I could wear it, so I have little interest in it.
And it's no upgrade for thuggery either, right?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Then I'll guess we pack it up and carry it around.
very cool. So I think the only thing left in the room that you hadn't checked basically was the stairs that go down.
Oh, but can't we go for the door, or is the
Oh yeah, there is a door.
the pit too wide?
You could circumvent it. You might have to like kind of. There was like, let's say, a 2-foot area you could walk on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would check the door, you would find that the door is actually bolted to the wall and appears to be fake.
Oh, wow.
Cueva. And he starts clapping his hands as he walks up to it and tries to pry it off.
Okay, so do a dexterity check.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I got a 1. Crit.
Very nice. So we'll say you managed to stay on the little bit of floor there, but the door will not budge. Roll an open door against it.
Okay. So 1 or 2 for me. I got 5.
Yeah, so it just doesn't budge.
The denizens of this dungeon want us dead.
Thuggery will look at Blake, turn his head to the side. Oh, you can't do it. You're not strong enough. Let me. The golden beard will help you. And he'll try to open it up.
By all means, my friend.
Okay, so you also do a dexterity check to see if you stay on the footing.
15.
What's your dex?
Let me flip over to it.
Oh no.
7.
Okay, so you were going to take a fall into the pit as you lose your footing. Let's see. And you take 2 points of damage falling.
Oh.
And you were in the bottom of a 10-foot pit.
We really need to find one of these 10-foot poles to start tapping.
Oh, I've got one. No, I don't.
Were there spikes in the pit?
No.
Oh, thank
Well.
God.
Yeah, that's lucky.
I'll let down my rope.
Oh. He'll climb up once they secure something for him to climb. He
Yeah,
kind
you
of busted his 2 front teeth. Now he'll lisp a little bit as well. But he'll whistle as he talks. So, he'll smile at everybody with his missing teeth.
Shame, shame, shame. People don't realize it, but the tooth is one of the most prominent bones of the body.
And there would be 2 beautiful-looking white teeth at the bottom of the pit now, Blake. You would see them.
He looks at you with death in his eyes and says, "That is the trophy of the pit. Do not go and claim those trophies." And he gives you that bloody smile as his gums are bleeding where his teeth used to be.
Of course, my friend. I mean, I figure even though they have disassociated themselves from your enterprise, they still belong to you.
He smiles at that, thinking you give him a compliment.
Now, shall we pry off this bolted door?
Why?
Wait, what side of the pit did she bring him back on?
The other side.
We're just being mean now. Yeah, I'd try to climb off the other side if I could.
Yeah, definitely. So
And
you have- yeah.
I'll help him if that'll give him like an advantage too of some sort.
Yeah, we'll say with the help, he's up and safe and secure on the opposite side of the pit.
Leave that door alone. It's just for idiots. And she
No.
looks pointedly at Blake.
The pit, my dear Kerouac, is for idiots. No offense. Okay?
Huh? And she shakes her head.
What a see what the door hides. And I'll come over to it again with the dwarf if he follows.
He's dumb.
Oh,
He'll go
blast.
over. If you kill me, I'll be so upset. I have 1 hit point, damn it.
I don't know if I should make you guys save again. Try to do that.
No, I should be on the right side at least.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Oh, you
say-
mean when we go back? Yeah, you should make a save definitely when we go back.
Yeah, so when you go back, both do dex saves, and then you can do open door if you survive.
Well, we should be on the side with the door at this point.
Yeah, true. Okay.
So we should do the door and then try to save to get back across.
Yeah, good call. So yeah, do that. Y'all can check to open the door.
Cool.
You can learn how worthwhile of a venture this is.
I made those skeletons, those big ones with extra arms and heads and stuff.
All right, all you, my muscular friend. Hopefully that vascularity is just not for show.
It's a D6, isn't it?
Yeah.
I rolled a 2. All right.
Okay, so the bolt does loosen and you're able to move the door, and what you're looking at is
A
A
wall.
stone wall.
I look at Blake with the door still in my hands, thinking of smashing him with it into the pit.
Predictable. This is what I thought would be behind it, of course.
I shake my head and go for the stairs, dragging
The veins in
Lair
his-
with me.
The veins in his neck start bubbling as she walks away. He looks back at the pit. After you.
Okay, but this time, my friend, make sure you keep your feet. And I'll start walking around the ledge. Should I give you dex?
Yes.
Hilaire will point out, you're holding a nice hefty bridge right there. Why don't you just bridge it with the door?
Ooh, I make it by 3, and I have a dex of 8. That's no easy feat.
Very nice. So you managed to get away?
Across the pit.
Let's see. No, the pit's about 10 feet long, 10 feet wide. So the door is, let's say, maybe 6 feet tall.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't trust myself, so what I'm going to do is put the door into the pit at kind of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's only a 4-foot difference, maybe I could slide down and then climb my way out.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll say no problem with that.
Okay, I don't mind taking the time, and he'll get on his butt, and they'll kind of do it like a little slide, and they'll, okay, here I go. And it'll take 5 minutes to do that.
And I'll give you some encouragement while you do it. There's no shame in taking that route, my friend. There's no shame.
He starts to growl. There's like an earthquake underneath the pit for a bit while he's growling at the guy looking up at him. Climbs his way out, dusts himself off. We can go now.
Hilaire's laughing, holding onto his wound because it hurts every time he laughs, wiping a small tear from one eye.
Now, where were these stairs? Wood, I suppose, are these stone stairs, Marcus?
These are stone stairs. And they're going down, they're kind of in the far bottom right. So it would be the southeastern edge of the room. And the stairs go down and then they hook to the left.
And I'm already as far down as I can get while they're doing their shenanigans.
Very nice. And you would, of course, wrap around. And when you exit, you're facing east. So ahead of you, 20 feet, you see a door. And then to your left, there's a hallway going down 20 feet with a door on that end as well.
The lair, the door, shout.
And Hilaire will take a couple moments and he'll pull out 2 torches out of his backpack, and then he'll rip a small piece of his cloak off and he'll bind them together. Before he approaches the door, he'll start tapping on the ground, seeing these multiple pits, multiple doors, and see if he can trigger another pit trap the easy way rather than the hard way.
Very nice. And I'll just go ahead and say there are no traps.
Awesome. Then when I get to the door, I will check to see if it's locked first.
Which door? The one to the left down the hallway or straight ahead?
Both.
Okay, so the one on the left, it is not locked.
And I'll tell everyone this one's not locked as I move, tapping my way up to the straight ahead door.
Okay, and this one is also not locked.
No, neither one of them are locked, guys. And Lady Dwarf.
Okay, tree lover, go ahead and open one of the doors.
I'll open the one that's straight ahead since that's the last one I checked.
Okay, cool. So you open it up, and it's another 30 by 20 room. This one, let's see. It appears to be empty, except for a shallow puddle in the southeast corner and 2 half-rotten doors leaned up against the west wall.
Puddle of
Puddle of death.
water, or does
Yeah,
it look green and suspicious?
Yeah, it's just a puddle of water.
Okay.
I'll slap at it with my makeshift 6-foot pole.
Very nice. And you just splash some old murky water around. Aside from that, there is a door on the far end at the south wall. And also, who's in the room? I guess everyone, or
I am.
I am as well, slapping at the puddle.
I'm in the rear, so if Blake's in, I'm in.
No, Blake has not went in yet.
okay, so
Oh, I'm not in either.
Absolutely not. Blake has not went in.
okay, so the two in there, roll to find secret doors. Let's say you have a sense that there might be something.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so I think the 1 will succeed, the 3 will not. So you do find, while kind of searching around the room, in the southeastern wall in the corner, you kind of see an outline of a stone passageway, perhaps.
Dwarf, come over here. Looks like another one of those sneaky dwarven doors.
Ah, the last one was very promising. Maybe there is more Treffa mimicking Blake. And I
I'm
tried to
in
push
the
the
other
wall.
womb. I am not deaf.
She grins at Lev.
Larry grins back and winks.
And who is pushing open the door?
I do.
I step 10 feet away from her before she does so.
Smart move. Yeah, so you push it open, and you see a pretty sizable group of small dog-faced humanoids, probably kobolds. There's more than 10 at your first glance, and you see daggers and short swords pointed in your direction as if they were waiting for you.
Can
Twelve
I
in total.
can I pull the door back?
Yes, you can.
Oh man, I pull it back. And then I grab his makeshift 10-foot pole and try to wedge it into the door. What is it? Seam? Door seam? No.
I'll take
What's
one of
that
my
called?
iron spikes while you're doing that and kick it underneath the
Oh yeah, good.
wedge it into there.
Very nice.
We don't want to go in there.
Why? What's in there?
Kobolds. Lots and lots of kobolds.
One too many.
The ecology of this place is most strange. Goblin and kobold living together like strange bed partner.
Maybe they interbreed. Oh, who knows what's coming out of that?
I want nothing to do with the idea of a hobgoblin.
Jesus. Did I see if it was a room behind the door or was it a hallway?
Yeah, we'll say at the glance you saw that it was a room about the same size as the one you're in now, with the door kind of in the back corner.
Okay. Huh. Well,
So
we have to circumvent this.
the chamber, Kegawak, do they have another door, or are those kobolds trapped in there now indefinitely?
There is another door, but I bet they aren't very smart. Maybe.
I was wondering if we could smoke them to death, but if there's another door, they will simply leave.
Probably.
We saw another door in that room.
At the other side.
I'll look at those 2 doors that are propped up against the back wall.
Yeah, they're just some nasty, like, rotted wood doors. Holes and things in them, and, easily breaks apart.
Does one of the doors go into the direction where the kobold door is? could I suspect that or assume that that it might go in their direction?
No, one of the doors in the the southwestern corner of the room against the wall is in pretty good shape, and you
You
would
can make him breathe fire. I think that one breathes ice.
probably guess that one wanted to hit the kobold room.
Which
Maybe we
way?
should. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. What were you saying?
I just wanted to suggest that we maybe spike that door as well.
Well,
now?
it's a good idea. Even well, what I want to offer you is, even though the smoke might not kill these kobolds, if we blow some smoke in there, perhaps we can see where it emerges in the other halls, and that might give hints at another secret passage. If there's one connected to them, of course.
I'll look impressed.
I know. It was a good thought, even for me.
Let's do that.
Okay, so I'll just take. Do we have like some shit we can burn?
Yeah, you can burn one of the rotted doors that's just leaning up against one of the walls.
All right, let's do it. Set it on fire, like like a couple feet from that door that we just staked, and then I'm just going to billow it with my cape.
Yeah, definitely. We'll say after a few moments, you can do that as you're hearing perhaps pushing and banging against the now barred secret door. But it would stop as the smoke begins to rise in the room and probably get under the cracks of the secret door.
Thuggery will think Blake's not doing a very good job, and he'll assist him with his own with Blake's cape, grabbing one end and two-handing it. He'll two-fist it.
Thank you, Thuggery. Your people are masters of the forge.
And within a few moments, the room would be filling with thick smoke from this rotted wooden door.
Okay, I think we've done what we can do. Time to weave and see if the smoky hand of nature points us to a secret door.
And there is still one more door in the bottom wall, the south wall of this room, that is shut. This one isn't rotted or anything, so you could absolutely check it. And whoever would check it would find that it is not locked.
Seeing that it's not locked, I'll step aside for my dwarven companions to go through.
Hey,
Okay.
Gurley, you go first.
And as the fair elf opens the door, you're looking at a 40-foot long hall in front of you, but about 20 feet down, it does look like it opens up to the left a bit. It's kind of basically like a hallway, and then it opens up into a room, we'll say. So, I guess you all go in.
Yeah. Does the smoke go with us and like?
It would, but the door will shut behind you guys once you're all through. Basically, like it's not going to stay
Damn
open.
it. Okay.
I'm going to, by the way, from this point on, Marcus, I'm going to be looking at like the seams of the hallway to see like if smoke pours out at any point.
Okay, yeah, great idea for sure. And so far, nothing, of course. Now, do you all continue through the hallway into this next just open room?
Yeah, and I say to Lair, use your whatever that is, and I point at his torch contraption.
Then I will, like a blind man, lead us, tapping the ground slightly in front of me.
Okay, cool. So when you get to, let's say, the 20 by 20 room where it opens up after this hallway, there is another hall that continues on the eastern, like southeastern edge of the room, continues down quite a ways, you can see. But as you're all walking through, I guess, let's see, Olaire, maybe roll to see if you find any traps or anything with your device.
What are you wanting from me? a remove trap roll, or
Oh yeah, good question. I guess it would just be a whatchamacallit.
what do you want me to roll?
It's probably
Is it-
just find, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it would just be a D6.
The D6, I rolled a 2.
Okay, perfect. So, we'll say, yeah, you roll a 2. Okay, so you find that some of the floors in like a diagonal pattern across the center of the room do appear to be weighted. Like,
Look by.
don't want to step on them.
I'll point out these things and say I think these are weighted pressure plates. You might want to watch stepping on these particular stones, and I don't have any chalk to mark them, but I'll point them out each time I notice them.
Very good, Owain. I would also suggest that we have the dwarves go first, as one particular dwarf, though I will not call out names, has proven that basic feats of agility are beyond him.
Yeah, Thuggery doesn't know he's being insulted. So he go, I find your idea quite enlightening. I think that's the right word. And he'll step forward.
I give a wide berth.
I'll
Yeah, very
hand
nice.
off. I'll hand off like my slightly shorter than 6 foot tapping stick to him, and I'll pull Blake to the side and say, "It's Elor or Elora Lorelei."
Oh yeah, Owain, that's what I've been saying, White.
No, it's not Elaine. It's Elaire.
Wait, yeah.
Awake.
Away. You can see he's like having a hard time getting his R's and his N's. Away. Away. Away.
I
Yes.
stare at both of them. Open
And
mouth.
once I'm satisfied, I'll let him go ahead.
Okay, so we'll say you all circumvent the pressure plates on the floor that are diagonally strewn across. Yeah, and you get to the end of the southeastern wall, and it's just another hallway that is about 40 feet deep. At the end, it becomes a T-shaped. From the left, you see some smoke very faintly coming from that direction. The right, you can't see anything. Now, as you're walking through this hall, assuming you do, let's have everyone roll a D6. Tell me what happens.
1.
4.
6.
4 as well.
Okay, so Olaire and Corgriac would, as you're walking, you would see on the left-hand side of the wall, maybe about 20 feet into this hallway, that you could probably push some of the stone there open. Or you would maybe, if you're tapping at the wall, perhaps hear that it was hollow in that center section.
Maybe we have more luck here than last time. There is no smoke coming from this this particular door, right? Or
Correct.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I push it.
Okay, so you push it open, and you're just looking at a 10 by 10 little room. In the middle of the floor, you see a pair of boots that look quite interesting. They're surrounded by a pile of copper coins, and the boots appear to be filled to the tops, and they're kind of overflowing with silver pieces.
Ooh! I rush in.
This has twap written all over it.
Okay, so Corgerac, as you rush in, you would something drips down and hits your shoulder, just this kind of gooey, warm liquid.
I'll look up.
Okay, you look up and you see hanging above you, suspended from a thick cobweb, basically, is a massive spider.
Spider! Spider! I turn around and run out again. Jesus.
Ah, now it is my turn to save the day, and I'll step forward to tango with the spider.
Okay, very nice. So roll initiative. Someone from your side,
You want me to roll it since I'm the one initiating this?
Do it.
Okay, here I go. I got a 1.
Oh, Andrew.
So the spider will be going first as it drops onto to try to attack Blake. Let's see. It is going to try to bite you with its nasty-looking fangs. Oh, damn! It rolled a 1. Beautiful. All right, so now it's your turn.
Blake will, without drawing his sword, he sticks his hand out and he flares up his nostrils and his brow, and he's going to cast a spell on the spider. He says, "Look into my weary eyes, as I witness your weary mind. Oh, you fade, you'll fade. I feel your will becoming weary, my friend. Give in to Blake. Give in. I am the puppet master now. Blake controls you." And he starts moving his hands like he's controlling a marionette. And I cast Charm Person on him. Or not Charm Person, but yeah, no, it's called Charm Person, even though it's any sentient creature.
Sure, sounds excellent.
What you have to tell me his intelligence though, because that will make a difference on how long I can charm him for.
Okay, let's see. So let me see.
Does he try to romance that spider?
I hope so. Let's see if I can find its general stats. 44. Let's see. I don't want to get this wrong because this could be really interesting. Give me 1 second, guys.
Don't worry.
Aha. Okay. It doesn't have stats for its thingamabobbers, so ability scores.
Let me tell you what how it's broken down, and then you can decide. 1 to 6, 7 to 9, or 10 to 12. Those are, I think, unless you want to go over 12 in it.
No, it's not going to be over 12. Let's put it in the middle. Say it has a 7 int.
Okay, so if I succeed, I charm him for 3 weeks.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
What?
So he needs to make a magic saving throw, spell saving throw.
Let's do it. So, okay. Rolled a 15, and let's see if I can find its saving throw.
I think, is it like Lamentations or Basic where they go off a fighter?
Probably. Let me see. That's what I would assume. Because it rolled a 15, which...
Then it would be 15, so we need to see whether it's below, like whether hitting the number for saving throw works, or if it has to be above.
I'm pretty sure it's hitting it or above.
Meet or exceed, or
yeah, I think it's meet or exceed. So I'll say it's succeeds.
Damn you! I don't give in.
Wrong either.
I will.
Yeah, we'll say it succeeds. I really hope I'm not doing that wrong. For you guys' sake.
Go with it, and I'll look it up while those guys do their turns.
Sounds good. So yeah, the 3 remaining characters can act.
I would like to run in, grab the boots, and run out again.
Okay.
Securing the treasure.
Yeah, we'll say you can grab the boots, and you can make it back out. And they're a little heavy because they're full of coins. But that would be your turn if that's what you want to do. Perfect.
and I will step into the door and then step off to the side so that the doorway is clear. And not knowing if this thing is charmed or not, just fire off a shot from my bow at it.
Perfect.
I rolled a 15, which will hit an AC of 4.
Oh, he actually fails it.
He does.
Not because of that though, but because I forgot, because I went off of my stabs and spells. But that's my magic user, because I get the best between the two. Fighters have stabs and spells of 16.
Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll say he's charmed.
No, wait, aware. I think he's starting to come to terms with his new master.
No, I'll keep my bow, the arrow knocked, string taunt, pointed straight at it, but I won't let loose with that arrow.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say combat is ended as this spider kind of comes down and maybe, yeah, just kind of chills. It seems like it's kind of excited to be, I guess, friendly.
Okay, this is good. I'm going to ask you some questions, my little eight-legged friend. I want you to raise your front left leg for yes, your front right leg for no. How deep is this dungeon? Would you say very deep?
It stares blankly at you.
You don't know, do you? Well, then let me give you a command. Why don't you lead us to the room with the most treasure?
And it'll kind of like pause for a second, and then it will exit this room and kind of start scurrying towards further down the hallway towards the T intersection there. And it will head to the right and stop in front of just a big hole in the side of the wall there. That looks like it's just heading into like darkness, basically. And if you would follow it, of course, behind you, you would see a door in the opposite direction, and there's like smoke kind of coming from there. And let's see. Oh shit. Okay, so the door is going to open up, and one of the kobolds is going to rush out of that room, and smoke is billowing behind him, just pouring out of the room.
I'll yell
to coughing.
I will yell to my spider when we see the kobold emerge. Attack!
And it would not hesitate as it leaps towards this, we'll say, surprised kobold, hitting it, and might even kill it. So bite damage. Okay, so it'll do this. The damage. Oh, yeah. Okay, and the guy has to make a save. He's poisoned. Yeah, the guy dies, essentially. So the kobold is bitten by the spider as its venomous fangs enter its neck, and then it just drops.
What do you think, Kagawak? Not so ruthless now, am I? Pretty good.
Pretty smart. Now you don't even have to interact with the enemy. Great, huh?
Yes, I think I like this relationship with this arachnid. If he survives our dungeon delve, I think I will bring him with me.
A Wecknit? A Wecker? What?
It is neither here nor there.
Okay. While she's listening to him, she's more interested in her new boots. Do they look anything like anything special?
They do. And as you know, you hear flames beginning to crackle behind you from this room that's just pouring with black smoke, and you probably hear the sound of dying, choking kobolds. You look at your boots, and let's see, blah 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 blah. They have 400 silver pieces. Like, let's say about 200 in each boot. And being that Blake is a magic user, he would definitely recognize that they were magical, and perhaps upon inspection, be able to discern what properties these boots might have.
I remove the silver pieces and count 100 for each of us, and then I give them over to Blake while he's probably still talking, and interrupt him, saying, "Have a look at those, will ya?"
And that's why the awak. Oh, of course. Let us see. What to see. Waist, eyedropper, made of a fine leather. These are not of Armand Satine quality, but I must say there is a certain magical property present within them.
And you would recognize that they are in fact boots of levitation, which allows basically anyone to wear them at will by concentrating to levitate, as the spell describes. There's no limit to the amount of times they can be used.
Well, this will make you happy, Kagawak. These boots will allow you to levitate.
What?
To levitate, to walk on the wind.
Oh. I'll look around to the others, wiggling my brows. Who claims those?
Well, I think we've established a precedence already of great treasure going to those who find it. So I see no reason why you cannot have it. And he just drops it, not caring.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. She immediately pulls off her plate boots. Does my AC now go up?
No, they're kind of just regular mundane leather boots, but you will have the levitation aspects.
Cool.
But you can use
Yeah.
it anytime, as many times as you want.
I put them on,
Nice.
and I show them to my fellow dwarf. Nice, huh?
Very nice.
And that all happens while we hear the death screams of the kobolds. Right?
Oh yeah, it's pretty horrific in the background, but we'll say that the plan worked and the fire caught on something.
It's
Perhaps
like
one of the kobolds opened the secret door and caught on fire and brought it back in the room, and it was just a big shit show and not very smart. So
Blake says, it's like the old saying goes, out of the fire womb and into the spider.
Never heard that saying.
Well, it must be a half-wolf thing. Good news, though. The spider has led us to what promises to be a cavern of great treasure.
Yeah, but does what a spider consider treasure the same thing as what you and I consider treasure?
That is a good question. While the spider follows my commands, he still views the world through the eyes of a spider.
And he led us back to this kobold room. I think he's been feeding on these little bastards for a while. That'd be pretty treasureful for a spider, I would imagine.
Maybe I should try to refine my command. Spider, lead us to the room with the most gold.
the spider comes back from probably picking at the dead body of the kobold, and he scurries into the dark passageway that was broken from the broken wall directly to your right. So I guess you're probably facing that direction now. So southward, or no, the map's opposite. So eastward into the darkness, basically, and the spider just disappears into the darkness. And you can probably hear his little tiny thin legs kind of clicking down some steps, perhaps, and it's kind of reverberating.
So what size is this spider? I'm curious if it's big enough for Blake to ride at some point, or if it's like a dog.
Very
size.
good question. Good question. Spider. Yeah, I hope so. So the spider is, it doesn't say, I'm going to say it's about, 2 feet wide and 3 feet long.
So large dog sized.
Yeah.
Could work.
For a dwarf, maybe.
Yeah, I won't do that. But I will follow that spider through the hole
Very
into
nice.
the darkness.
You can do so. Yeah, and whoever does, you would basically find yourself going through a wandering cavern that just keeps going downwards, and you hear the spider's feet clacking ahead of you as it continues, and eventually you find yourself on some steps. It's about quite large steps. 20 feet wide would be the stairwell, essentially, heading down about 30 feet further down. And you would find yourself at huge double doors Stone
And
double
you
doors.
said, oh, sorry.
That's it. Some stone double doors at the bottom of this cavernous.
And I can levitate for like forever, or is there a limit?
Let me see. I'd have to check the spell.
Oh, I can
Levitate
do that
spell.
as well. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all
Go ahead.
good. So
I will do
levitate
that.
right here. Yeah. So you can move up and down as desired. The caster cannot move horizontally by means of the spell, but could clamber along the face of a cliff, for example, or push against a ceiling to move laterally. Generally at half its base land speed. The spell lasts 6 rounds plus the level of the caster. He or she may levitate up or down by a maximum of 2 feet per caster level at a rate of up to 6 feet per round. So,
And
yeah.
I can, and it only works like once per day, or
No, you
is
can
it
use it as many times as you want with the boots,
Ah,
as long
okay.
as you're wearing them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good.
Oh, yeah.
And I point
Nice.
at the double doors when we reach it. Them. Door.
I will inspect the door for traps before checking to see if it's locked.
Let's see.
My
Oh, go ahead.
well, what do I use to check to see if it's trapped? I know what I used to remove the trap, but how do I
Yeah.
tell if it's?
Do a d6.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so yeah, you would see that it is not trapped.
Then I would attempt to, or then I would check to see if it's locked.
Let's see, it is not locked. Not stuck.
I-
at all.
Then I would stand aside and say, "It's not trapped or locked. You can open it at will."
I'll walk over. And does it open into the room or the other
It,
side?
it pushes open.
Okay, I push.
Okay, and as you open it up, you're looking at a very, very large kind of chamber, and has a row of heavy cobweb-laden columns on each side of the room, going down about 60 feet deep. It's about 40 feet wide. There's 3 columns on each side of the room. The floor is incredibly dusty, but you can clearly see a beaten path to the door on the far side of the room. Looks like it hasn't been walked in a while, though. It's quite dusty.
And what does the spider do?
Spider's just kind of hanging out in the doorway. Maybe stepped in a few feet, but he's just kind of hanging out waiting for his master to command him.
Okay, Spider, where specifically is the treasure?
And he would just kind of jump up on his, a couple of his, or both of his arms, rather, that you had asked him to use to designate yes or no. Both of them would go up and down a few times.
Terribly unhelpful. I'll look at Kagarak and say, Kagawak, I think we are at the end of the spider's help. The treasure's here somewhere.
Uh-huh. Under the floor, maybe? I walk in a few steps, and can I look for secret compartments, maybe?
You could. Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. A 1.
Okay. Yeah, you would not find any secret compartments.
Damn it. I'm pretty sure there is nothing in here, Blake.
Let's go to that door on the other side.
But why didn't your new friend walk up to there? There's probably some danger here.
That is a good question. Spider, why don't you show us the safe way to walk to that door?
And as he starts walking just straight, following, it looks like this beaten path that's covered by cobwebs and dust. Let's say he gets about 40 feet deep, and then you start to hear movement coming from the top right of the room from where you are, behind one of the columns. Kind of like a groaning, moaning kind of sound. And after a couple seconds hearing this, you see 5 zombies begin to walk out, their arms out in front of them. You know, some of them, their arms at their side, kind of hanging. And they don't look. They look kind of starved for brains, perhaps.
Oh my god. I run in screaming, I've got this! I've got this! I want to turn undead.
Oh, nice.
How did that work? 17. Hold on. Okay. Turning undead. Blah blah blah. 1d20. 9. What now?
That might not work. Let's see. So you need for zombies, you need a 16, I think.
Damn it.
Now, on the bright side, though, you can attempt to turn every turn.
Yeah.
Truth.
And I turn around and scream, I don't have it. Come move.
Cussed creatures, not blessed like skeletons who have their flesh totally decayed. Ugly.
Yeah, these are pretty horrible looking zombies. Just, again, very nasty. Let's see. Anything specific about them? Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, so they're just reanimated corpses, basically. Just disgusting zombies. They are still moving towards you.
How tall are the pillars?
They're pretty fucking tall, probably about 50 feet.
Wow.
It's a high ceiling. It's quite a big chamber you're in. At least compared to where you were before.
Are these like rough hewn walls, or are they smooth walls, or are they climbable?
There's like kind of a smoother stone. And so I guess we'll roll initiative, unless y'all want to try to escape. Y'all want to engage them or try to run?
No, there's a treasure.
Okay,
How fast
so
are they moving?
They're moving pretty slow. They're just kind of chugging along.
What we could do is run around them to the door.
I don't fear these zombies. We can just run around in circles while we continue to shoot them with our bows. Use your elven half. Wake.
Why, oh why, oh why was I afraid you were going to say that?
Yep. So yeah, they're moving pretty slow. So how do y'all want to approach it?
I'm gonna shoot my bow head. I'm gonna shoot my bow and like try to just like kite him around, I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. So I'll give you a free shot, I suppose, and then we'll roll initiative because they'll take a minute to get there.
For everyone?
Cool.
Just initiative for each side. They're
So-
all
No, the free shot.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, free missile shots.
I hit an AC 6.
Let's see what theirs is. They have an AC 8. So, nice.
Nice. Then I will hit as well.
I don't.
I do 6 damage.
So do I.
Okay, so 2 of the 5 zombies go down. So y'all can separately describe that if you wish.
I know the guy straight. I go zombie killer style and go straight brain shot through an eye as it collapses.
Nice.
I say something about Armand Satine and I pull out an arrow and string it, and I shoot at the zombie in the back right, and I hit the zombie on the far left in the head, and I say, "Nailed him! Exactly what I meant."
Yes, and they both just collapse. They're both dead.
Thuggery will stand back because he doesn't have a ranged weapon and use his axe as a cane and take deep breaths while sucking on his bleeding gums.
Nice. Okay, is that everyone? I think Corverac, you don't have. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't hit.
All
No.
right. Okay, so they rolled a 1 for their initiative. Y'all can of course roll for your side.
I rolled a 5 for our initiative.
All right, cool. So yeah, y'all can go ahead and act again as these zombies are probably getting closer to. No, they're still out of melee range, but you could of course move into melee range.
All right, so I'll move as far back as I can to get away from them and still stay in the room and shoot. See, that would be hit an AC 7.
Okay.
I got 6 damage again. Bam!
Nice. So you can describe felling yet another one.
This time I shoot at the one on the second, and I hit the one in the front.
Nice.
It's just like I'm just shooting into a silhouette of zombies. Like I'm not even really aiming. You can see like the white of my knuckles as I'm struggling to hold the string back in my plate armor.
Yes. Roll those 2 dice. Mm-hmm. I will hit an AC of 8 for 3 points of damage.
Okay, and you take down.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can describe taking down one of the smaller ones.
Again, I'm aiming for the head, but this one wasn't quite as precise. I get him straight through the throat before he collapses.
Very nice. And yeah, so there's just one more remaining. It's probably the largest one, but yeah, so we still have Thuggery and Corverac.
I miss again.
Very nice.
Thuggery will approach, and he'll strike it. This is the only one left, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, oh, wow, 19
Okay, yeah.
and 7 points.
It has 7 hit points, so you can describe killing the zombie.
He'll rush up and just stop, stare at it for a moment. He'll look back at the others. This is how it's done. And he's praying between his teeth that he hits the thing. And he does like a golf swing, hitting it in the nuts and going up into its stomach. And then he's trying to shake it off.
Very nice. And with that, all these zombies are felled, and y'all are out of combat.
Let me ask you something, Thugaway. When you inhale strongly, does that cold breeze just freeze those broken teeth of yours?
He knows that's an insult. He just walks over there. What are you getting at?
I'm simply saying, there are things we can do, my friend, to numb the sensitivity of your teeth.
The pain gives me strength. And then he opens it up, and you just see that blood leaking through his teeth and that smile of his missing those 3 front teeth. And there's one wiggling between his tongue. He's trying to wiggle it out.
All I'm suggesting is that with a moment, and perhaps a dagger and a craftsman hammer, I could remove the remaining pieces of those teeth.
Or you could fail to get the puck you're hitting and jab that dagger in my throat. I will take the pain.
We only numb our pain one way. And she pulls out a wineskin and hands it over to Thuggery.
Thuggery, I wouldn't recommend that.
He does it. He takes it down while you're saying that, and it's really good at a while, and he starts dribbling out of his mouth, and then when it starts to burn, he's like, oh! And he starts just to scream at the top of his head as it starts to burn.
She nods and says, "That's the good nameless beer."
Now I've seen everything. A dwarven physician tweeting a dwarf.
And it just drips from his mouth because he got no way of stopping it with his big swollen gums.
You are a Quailic, Kagawak. You know that those broken teeth must be removed.
You know, it's not always the money, you know? No. They can stay. Told you, only one way for the nameless one.
And what, pray tell, does he plan on doing with 2 broken teeth?
Maybe someone with some more magic than you have can throw them back.
Absolutely preposterous. Do you know how crazy what you're saying sounds?
No, it's actually not crazy. You know, I'm apprentice of the Nameless One, and you don't know what my superiors can do. I actually don't know if they can grow teeth back though, but it's worth a try.
Well, fine. Shall we continue?
Yes, there's treasure somewhere here. She looks around.
And again, it's just this cobwebbed room, and then there was a door, which you're probably closer to now on the far left corner of the room, top left. However, might be a good breaking point, because y'all are kind of hitting the bigger dungeon, essentially. That's up to you guys if you want to continue and try to finish it, or we can break it maybe for second session. But I'll leave it to you guys to make that decision, of course.
Second session sounds good.
Yeah, this sounds good to me, man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
We died.
All dead.
Horribly.
All dead. Hate to say it, love to say it. Sorry,
No,
not
we
sorry.
If we
But no,
want
yeah.
to do a second session.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is probably best for you all, just because it's hitting like a pretty big dungeon, essentially. So a second session would probably be better to get the most out of it. Nice.
That's
Okay, cool.
Should we make backup characters given the status of our characters at the moment?
Probably.
Yes, probably so. They might even be a little bit stronger and wiser group, perhaps, as backups. So we'll I'll post that in, in the second event page, the details. Perhaps even retainers.
Stronger and wiser than me, Popostulus.
Lieutenants. Containers. Do we get XP?
Yes, and I'll dole that out after I kill the broadcast here. But yeah, thanks a bunch for playing. I hope it wasn't too rough. First time running that one. But
Thanks for running.
blast.
It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm liking it.